right, guys, working my way through some challenge locks. This is from Alan. He says, enclosed his first challenge lock. He put in some alien technology that hopes it will delay me. And he says, and this is probably important for me to remember, after picking, please open the note below for details. So probably before I got it. The only tip I have for you is not to turn the core 180 degrees. 90 degrees is okay. So that's got me wondering what he could have in there. Great to provide some feedback. And that's not just from me. I'm sure that's from everybody in terms of the comments. Thanks for the challenge. And this is really cool. This is by his daughter, Melanie. She hand drew the LockLab logo, copied it from the website. Isn't that cool? I wish I was an artist like that. Anyway, we have the taped and sealed secret notes with an Area 51 Schlage key right there. We have a Schlage lock. Probably just push that out of there. We have a Schlage lock. Alan's challenge. And he knew, I guess he's been watching me. He knows the first thing I do is flip it over and look to see if I can detect any threads on the bottom. So Area 51, I think we can probably say there's some threads in one or more of those. Typical Schlage, the top has not been altered, but he doesn't have to. He can go in from the bottom to do his threading and modifications. All right, let's see if we can get in this thing. Grab this dude. It is, because it's a Schlage kick cylinder, I am going to wrap a small piece of leather around it like this so that the tail piece here doesn't get pinched when I clamp it up. Give me a little bit of leeway. And then after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure he does move a little bit. So I didn't pinch it in the back, which is what I was after. I really want to avoid that. Be ashamed to get it picked and then not know it because the core is frozen. I will use top of the keyway, and I'll use the 50,000 thickness. That ought to work. And it is still flopping freely. And I will use, because this is a Schlage, sometimes I will try to use, it might be pinching too much. I'll try it, but it looks like it might pinch. This may be a true Schlage lock with high tolerances, which means that warding is going to stick out just far enough to prevent us from working from the bottom. But I will try it. Let's see what we got here. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to go counterclockwise. And let me turn it. Maybe I can turn it just a little bit. You guys can see if there's any feedback. All right, challenge lock. He disguised the bottom of it, so there's probably some threads in here. So all the way in, light tension. And let's see what we got. Let me first drag it. Okay, nothing crazy, I don't think, in terms of springs. All right, that was 5. It was binder. It is, the pick is dragging on the warding just a little bit in there. There's a little bit of feedback there. Oop, didn't mean to do that, but that was 2. I was getting a little feedback and it clicked before I expected it. Let me tighten this up a little bit more. A lot of spring in this. I'm going to put more tension on my tension wrench to force something to bind. Maybe I have too much tension. Okay, there I got a little bit of counter rotation there, and I got a click. More counter rotation on 5. A little click. And everybody in the front's free. Free is, 4 is set, I believe. Counter rotation on 3. I got a little click. Okay, I just touched 4 and I got a solid click. I thought he was set, but definitely a lot of crunching going on in here. Got a very tiny fault set, nothing to brag about. And got a pretty good tension on the tension wrench, which is kind of unusual for serrated. I got a very tiny bit of counter rotation right there on 2. I got a click, but I'm still getting a little counter rotation. But he is not going. Come on. There we go. Okay, that was 1. I might have just overset 1 because everybody else is now springy. Oh, there we go. Pin 5. Again, counter rotation. Counter rotation on 2 again. Got 2 little crunching noises out of it. Got a good fault set. Counter rotation on 3. I think I've blown it. I think I overset somebody. Oh, that was 3. Good solid click, and I felt a slight turn in the core. There we go. My goodness. All right, we definitely got some threads in here, and I think we got a T-pin, which is that last one somewhere in the back. It's either 5 or 4. I really couldn't tell because I wasn't expecting it. All right, let's go ahead and crack him open and find out. Oh, don't turn it past 90, Bill. Don't screw up at this point, you know. Oops, other way, Bill, other way. All right, let's see what we got. Not bad for a first challenge lock, particularly on a Schley. That was quite different. Let's see if this is going to fit. Yes, it will. All right. It says we need to open. Let's go ahead and lock him back up because we do have a key. And let's go ahead and pull the instructions out. First of all, let's grab the key and let's make sure that he does work. All right, not bad. Looking at 6 pins on this key. And he works very smoothly. I'm not going to turn him past 90 though. All right, so that works. See what he says. Using a drill bit to put slots in the warding. The slots are offset from the key pins, so the warding would still kind of protect the pins. I hope this would possibly snag your pick or just throw off your pick alignment. Did not notice that. However, I guess depends on the type of keyway. On the Schley keyway, it seems easy to drill out. Okay, so there we go. A lot of undercutted and so we do have 4 and 6 are threaded, and the rest are undercut. Let's take a look. See what we got in here. Okay, let me find that key again. Sure enough, there's all 6 of them. Okay, 1 has definitely got some spool to him. Very nice. Very nice, very polished pin rather. 2 looks nice as well. Very smooth. I don't see a lot of rough machining marks on him. This guy doesn't even want to come out of there. He's definitely undercut. Look at that. He just kind of hangs in there. Whoop, come here, you. Nice serrations. Standard pin. And the last one. Again, very sharp edges on this guy. Very well done on the pins. All nice and smooth. They're definitely undercut. Definitely stuff to be snagged up in there. In all of these. On both sides. Very well done. And they all look almost identical. This one is threaded. Just like he said. Nice undercuts in 5. And nice sharp threads in chamber number 4 and chamber number 6. So he wasn't bluffing, guys. No bluffs. All right. Let's grab upstairs. Commercial spool with what appears to be a double spring. Did not see that coming. Number 2, I have an upside down spool. Probably done on purpose. And since we're looking at springs today, a very small centered spring. Number 3, again, another spool, commercial, and another centered spring. Let's go look, start from the other side. All right, we're looking at 6 here. He didn't even want to come out of there. Look at that. Just barely breaking the shear line. That looks like he's wrapped up with solid gold foil. Yeah, man, I got to peel that off, make a earring or something out of it. I don't know why that would be on there. That is, we'll look at him a little closer. Spring. No spring. Nothing. It is definitely threaded in there, though. All right, number 5, very strong spring. It is a standard pin, and it is a double spring, a copper one and a centered one. And then the last one, pin 4, it is a commercial serrated. And just a copper spring. Not copper. Yeah, copper, not brass. I always get those mixed up. I don't know why. All right, we're looking at some threads. Threads in chamber number 6 and chamber number 4. And guys, this is the first time I've seen this. Let me grab the flashlight here. I don't know if you can see this, but in the Bible chambers, they are also undercut. Take a look at chamber number 1 and 2 and 3. All 3 of those are undercut on both sides. And then chamber 4 is threaded. Chamber 5 is standard, and then chamber 6 is threaded. I have never seen on a challenge lock before. And sure enough, that's nice and sharp, and it really grabs on both sides. Very cool. Area 51, Alan's challenge. Alan's, you did it for this. If this is your first challenge lock, I don't even want to see your second one. I appreciate you taking all the time to put this together. You can see a lot of work went into this. Let me take a look. There was no spring on 6 that I could detect. Let me get my beater in here. There he is. There was one. He's kind of crushed. Where'd he go? He did not want to come out of there, but I didn't think there was a spring, but there was. Had to knock him out of there. Let's take a look at this last pin before we get too far. Is this really gold foil? Is this my reward for picking this lock? Because I've never seen foil wrapped around a serrated pin. Oh. I don't know what that is, guys. It doesn't look like foil, though. Maybe it's just mangled a little bit, but it certainly looked like a tiny piece of foil wrapped around the base of that pin, but it's not. I think it's just mangled, maybe on purpose. Maybe that's what grabbed that spring. Who knows? Anyway, Alan, thank you, sir. I appreciate all the work you put in this. Great first lock. I have no critiques. I have nothing to add. You did a great job. I have never seen undercutting in the Bible like that before, and that's going to set a new standard, I think. Anyway, appreciate all the work. Everybody else, stay safe, guys. Stay legal and stay away from Alan's locks. Oh my God.